So, taking a look in front of me, looks like it's time for a nickel hunt. I'm so confident in what's going to happen in this nickel box hunt that I even have the Buffalo Nickel collection book out. Maybe I should put the Liberty V Nickel collection book out. I'm going to have to go get that. Let's go ahead and get going. Hi, this is Silver Chupacabra, and we're here to find some treasures. Oh, all bad, man. Dang it. Sorry about that, buddy. We'll put you down here instead. We're here to find some treasures in this nickel box. Looking for anything. Definitely looking to fill some holes as well. Let's find out, or let's just check out those holes right now. They've been around here for a while now. 1550D. Of course, this one is the big kahuna. Wow, I'm speaking well today. That is the big kahuna of them. But, there are actually plenty of key dates still left. Should be a semi-key date. This is very low mintage for a silver or nickel. And then these key dates here. And you can see the mintages in there. They're in the low single digits per millions. And that's what makes a key date. Tough ones to find. Still 6 left. I think I've filled one of those within the last 4 or 5 months. It just gets tougher and tougher each time out. But anyway, we're looking to fill those holes. We're looking for more Silver War nickels. Definitely looking for some Buffalo nickels. I want to continue filling this out. The stray V nickel wants to come on in. That's fine. Varieties and errors. I'm not a proud person. I'll take any of these things. Let's go ahead and take a look at the top end of this box, which I obviously opened up from the bottom. Let's see what we got. Okay, so here's the top end of this first nickel box. Take a look through there. Obviously, we've got some of the newer ones there. Some interesting looking older portraits. A little bit older there. Like I said, there's some new ones there. So definitely got a good batch of old and new, at least on the top side of these. No Buffalo nickels to speak of, or Liberty V nickels. I keep on saying that like it's going to happen. Well, who knows? Maybe I can foreshadow that into this as well. Anyway, as we always say, it's the inside of the rolls. It's going to show us what it's got. So let's go ahead and start on numero uno and get it going. Okay, onto the third roll of this nickel hunt. Just laid out the roll, and our first nickel from the 50s has appeared. 1958. There's only Philly and Denver, and usually I will be getting Denver here since I live in, or close enough to Denver. They are most often ZD, and there it is. Cool. First find in. Let's check the rest of the roll to see if there's anything in there. Okay, 6 rolls into this initial box, so current nickel box hunt. Just laid the roll out, and we've got a 1941 sticking out there. Cool. So that'll be our first 40s. All the 40s are basically very common, but, D's and S's are always welcome. So it's Philadelphia. Nice scratches there on Monticello. Philadelphia it is. We'll pop that up there. And it's second to last start. Still got a little bit to look at. Bring you back in if something pops up. So at the end of that first row of 10 rolls, we get that down. And one of the enders, I don't know if this is the bottom end or whatever, it's 1940. That'll be our oldest find of the deck so far. Will it have a mint mark to go along with it? Yeah, there's some detail in there. I can see a D coming up here pretty easily. But no, it's a Philly. Not a bad looking one too. Still have a little bit to look at. That was the third find in the first 10. It's a little bit behind average, but it's going all right. Okay, roll 11 of this box hunt. And that ender that we were looking at earlier actually is a positive one, late 50s, 57. And that ender did have a D on it. I just didn't, I haven't been doing the success-fail game for a while now. It just takes a lot of time. But who knows? Maybe I'll get into it a little bit more later on. Still have a little bit to look at. Okay, this is roll 12 of the hunt. Don't know if I have a find yet, but since I had mentioned success-fail for those fans out there, because I know you're all into the success-fail mode there, I thought we'd do one here. There's a D. Oh, by the way, there are actually a few prospects in there. That would be one of the included ones right there. Anyway, got a D there. The detail is so-so. So the question will be, how pretty will this 1950 D look like in my mantle? Oh shit! Wah, wah, wah. Cue the Price is Right loser music. This is one of the reasons why I don't do this anymore either. Because, okay, still on a roll 12, and just like I'd mentioned, I wouldn't be too surprised if we come back in. We got to find right there, 1953. To see if we have a mint mark or not. So far, well, we did have a couple of D's in there, but the rest have been Phillies. There's a D mint mark, 1953 out of Denver. Still have a few ones to look at, and we still have that one to kind of go by. We'll come back in if something pops. So roll 14 of this first box of our current nickel box hunt. And we have a find right here. 1964. Don't confuse it with the 64 that is there. How about I just said 64? 46. Whether I did or didn't, that's actually kind of funny. Quite a bit of, still has some detail to it, the hair and whatnot. There are no semi-key dates or key dates here, so. But an S would be nice, so would a D. So would a Philly. And we're going to get the Philly this time out. We'll do a quick check for a Henning notch. I do not see one up there on the R. So I say no there, but I will. I always weigh them just to make sure. The deal with the Henning notch is that's when the dies were actually deteriorating and getting weaker, and Henning, I can never remember his first name. Henning didn't bother to, redo the dies. I don't know if that shows that's called polishing or whatever. So you kind of just let them deteriorate, and that's where the notch was coming from. So when they were first being made, actually, there are quite a few examples that don't have, they look actually just like a nickel. Roll 17. I think we have our 8th find of this box, or I do know we have the 8th find of our box, unless it's fake. So we'll just peeking out there. It kind of looks like it's got good detail, but we'll find out here real quick. It is a 1952. There's a decent detail in there. A little schmooze here too, coating it, but yeah, can't have everything, right? I'm thinking there will be a mint mark for this one. DRS. And a D it will be. Looks like there's a little schmoost, or maybe a little double D action there, but I don't think 52. Nah, 52 doesn't have anything going on. At least it doesn't say that. Cool. Hey, we are on roll 20 of this first nickel box of our current box hunt. And up to now, it's been pretty good. We've had plenty of quantity. We've had 8 in 20 rolls. It's pretty much all a good average. I have not unfurled this roll yet because, there's some suspect ones there, but this one, for some reason, has just got the color right here. Look at that. You can see the large mint mark right there. It looks like a P. And that is exactly what it is. And I don't know the date yet, but anytime you see that, you know you've got a silver ward nickel. A lot of, I don't know if you can call that schmooze, but a lot of coloring to this silver ward nickel as well. But I would say that actually is some pretty darn good detail. If this was cleaned up, which we're not going to do, it actually looked pretty nice. Question is, what date will we get with that? Silver ward nickels contain 35% silver. It was done during these years because nickel was a big-time commodity for the war effort in the weapons of war. And they needed more nickel. We knew it was going to be in the 40s. And silver ward nickels started in late 1942 all the way into 1945. 43, cool. It's not a hole filler, but anytime I can get a silver ward nickel, I'm taking it. Pretty cool. Still have a little bit to look at, don't I? Okay, on to roll 21, and we've got our 10th find of this box. It still continues to be pretty quantifiable is not a word. Continue to get a lot of finds here. One good quality find, which is good. That is not it, of course. That is not it either. I believe that's a 1951. Nice. I don't see too many 51s out here, and that one's in pretty good shape. Could it be the 1951 S semi-key date? It is. Boom. Semi-key dateness. Nice. Very, very nice. Still have a little bit to look at, but man, a couple of quality hits now in 21 rolls. Cannot say no to that. You're on roll 23 of this box hunt. A minor little one popping up here. Finally found a 59. I was hoping it would be a 39, but no, that darn thing is a 5. And any bets on a D or no mint mark or squish D? I wouldn't say that's squish. Looks pretty good, actually. 59D. And what do we got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 finds at this point. Nice. Still a little bit to look at there. Roll 25, halfway through this first nickel box of our current hunt. And I was just kind of looking through the front part of this. I know it's somewhere. There it is. Sorry, I wasn't far enough. It's like a 56. By the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be in pretty darn good shape. Yeah, I'd say that's got most of the detail in there. I mean, it actually it has wear on the high points though too. But pretty good. Usually this turns out. See, I'm gonna look at that to make sure it's a 5, because if it was a 3, then that would really be weird. A 36 Jefferson. No such thing out there, folks. Sorry. D, or just a D without the Here it is. 1955 is the last time for an S mint mark on the back, so I knew it wouldn't be an S. Roll 32 of this first box of the current hunt, and near the end of this roll. Not at the end, but near the end. You have a 1948. Nice. The S, which this does not have. Well, we don't know yet, actually. I'm sorry. I was looking at that 8. That 8 looked like it had like over a 7 or something. And I'll chuck that under the spotlight. But anyway, S on this one would be a semi-key date. That'd be the second one, although that's got a lot of wear. I would say, Philly. No, it's going to be Denver. There it is. Let's pull it like that. You can see it a lot better that way. Yep, Denver it is. Man, it's a lot of wear for Denver. Roll 38 of this first box of the current nickel box hunt. And I think we've got 14 finds. We're pretty much all on the average. We've had a couple of quality pieces. I don't even know if I have anything here yet, but I thought I'd do a little success fail on this one, because that thing has been through some definite stuff. I don't think the mint mark is worn up on top of there. I mean, i.e., it's not a silver or nickel. It does have some funny looking stuff going there, or happening there, but not it. I just think it's old. Since the dawn of time. Well, at least 1938. Let's find out together what we got. I think it's at least going to be 40s. If it is a 64, I am going to be very unhappy. Oh my God. It's not even that. It's an 70. Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. That back looked so worn. I believe that's a D there. It's just got a really messed up rim there. It's kind of weird there. I'll have to check that under the scope. Anyway, maybe another nickel can disappoint me big time over here. To roll 47. Past 20 rolls have been very, very dry on finds. We do have one at the very end. Well, not literally the very end, but I saw this in the roll itself and was thinking, man, that does look old. But since I shot and videoed a 1970D earlier, I thought I'd wait until we actually got up to it. There it is, 1939, second year Jefferson nickel with a lot of wear on it. Now, it's always cool to actually get a 39, whether it's got a mint mark or not, but the DNS, D or S, would be a key date. It would make me very happy. It's so worn, I just don't see it happening, but who knows? Here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. It's all right. This will be the oldest Jefferson of the hunt, 1939. Go. 16th find, by the way, so we're definitely a little bit lower than the average. Still got 3 left. So that is the end of the first box of this current nickel hunt. It went well, really well for the first half. Second half really kind of died down. Ended up with 16 finds. We did have a couple of really cool finds in there. We had a 43 war nickel, Philadelphia, and a semi-key date 51S. That's on the right side. Did have a 39. Unfortunately, did not get a mint mark on that. And that's pretty common, but since I haven't found a 39 or a 38 for the last couple of boxes, I'm pretty stoked about that. Had some good finds across the board. Anyway, let's go ahead and bring another box in here and check out the enders. Okay, so here is the top end of the second box. It's kind of going through here. Got some interesting older ones there. 2005. And some ratty looking ones. Definitely have some of the newer coins showing up here as well. You do not see any Buffalo nickels. You don't see any silver ore nickels, at least that I can recognize. But there's some older ones in there. And a little bit of a nice variety. Of course, it's the inside that's really going to show its stuff. Let's go ahead and go to that first roll of the box. Right here. So the other side looks pretty 80s, 90s as well. Get right to it. So this is roll one of that second box of our current hunt. And we do actually have a find in there, which is pretty darn cool. Almost our oldest Jefferson to date. 1940. Do have a 40 on the board. I believe it was a Philly. Does this one have a date? It's pretty worn. Yep, Philadelphia it is. Kind of expected with the amount of wear on that. Still have a little bit to look at. Bring it back in if something pops up. To the third roll of this second box of the current hunt, and we do have another find in the roll itself. 1954. This will be the first one of the hunt. I'd say D is probably the most common, but I'm sure Philadelphia is not any less common. I did see a mint mark there, but let's see if it's a D or an S. It will be a funky looking D. Fourth roll and we've got our third find, and it's another 54. It's popping its head out of there. Didn't have any 54s in the first box, but we're getting our fill already with these. Pretty good detail there. Yeah, wearing the high points. But let's see what we got in the store here. Another D. It is another D out of Denver. And it is, I believe, the most common 54, so it's not surprising. Okay, we're on the 10th roll, and we've already had our sixth find. Sticking that here at the back end. Sure, 1941. Plenty of finds so far. Just really pretty common finds. Nothing to complain about. Hoping to get some more quality ones here pretty soon. Cool. Let's see if we've got a mint mark for this. We have a 41. I cannot remember if it's Philly or not. Let's kind of see if it is. Yeah, it is. This one's in better condition, that's for sure. Still on roll 10, and the seventh find pops up with another 41. Like I said, we're getting plenty. This is the seventh find of the first 10 rolls. Just not getting anything of real consequence. And another Philly. Cool. We'll go on to the 11th roll. Okay, we are actually on roll 11. I just found it in 1957 Denver for a find, and at the end, or at least the end batch. I actually think this was an ender because there was an older looking ender. I think this is at 1948. This will be the 9th find in 11 rolls, so the quantity is definitely at high levels right now. Wondering if we can get lots of detail there. I wonder if we can get a semi-key date S here. I think there's a chance. Let's check it out. No, it'll be straight Philadelphia on that one. But still cool. Keep it there just for a little bit longer. There we go. Onward we go. Roll 12. Roll 13 of this hunt. And about midway through, I would say. You got a 51? Man, just one away from a 1950. It's just going to stone us for... It's been stoning us forever here at this point. We did have a semi-key day 51S earlier. I would say this has too much wear on it to be San Francisco, but you never know. Nope, Philadelphia it is. Cool. Need a D to make the mint cycle, which would be very, very cool. So on to roll 18 of this second box of the hunt. And we've been getting plenty in this box so far. There's nothing of quality value. Let's put it at that. In fact, I think I've gotten a couple of 56s with no mint mark, 57 with no mint mark, got a 58 with no mint mark. The Phillies do not come out that much for me in these boxes, but that's actually pretty cool. Now you can see 56, 57, 58, 59. Lots of the nickels are coming there. But we got a D here. Don't know if this is even a find yet. Could be definitely a 64. We're going to do success or fail. I don't do that a whole lot anymore. Maybe because I'm just lazy. You just don't have to type in or edit, produce, however you want. Just takes a little bit of extra time. But anyway, we'll do it here. What the heck? Got a little bit of schmooze. I would say there's a lot of wear here, too. Well, we get something we consider a find. Whoa, 40s, so, hey. What will it be? 1947 out of Denver. Cool. I think that probably... I don't think there's a... It's probably double digits, 50s, 60 million, but that is a cool find. We do not have a 47 yet. We've had 46s and 48s. In fact, if you look at it, no 55s, no 50s, 49 next door. We have not had any of those. We did have a 43 Civil War nickel. We're missing some of the other Civil War nickels, and we do not have a 38 before the 39. Roll 22 of this box hunt, and we actually have a foreign object in here. And look, got the dots or beads, which is what they do call them around the perimeter of the coin. It is Canadian. Nice. It's definitely one of the older portraits. I most often get 80s and 90s, and that's it. I don't know if I might have gotten a 2000 once. Do know to go side to side on that. So let's go ahead and do that. It's going to be a commemorative. Cool. We have the same one for the cent as well. 1992 is the year. I don't know what it's necessarily commemorating. It's 125 years, by the way. There's that beaver. Love it. So, roll 25, halfway through this second box of the current hunt. And I believe this is the 14th fine, so that's actually pretty good quantity, way above average quantity for me in a single box hunt. Had several ones here at the end that looked good, and this is the only one that kind of pans out, one with a big dent there, but that is 1939. It's a lot of wear. Something tells me this is probably not going to have a mint mark, but as they say probably too often, hope springs eternal. It's bad, but you know that that has a Philadelphia written all over it with that kind of wear pattern on it. Pretty cool. Okay, so we got roll 26 up to the plate. Kind of started searching through it. And we've got a 41 popping out there. Looking all old and everything. It's like, I can't believe it's looking old. How dare it? Anyway, I believe we've got 2 Phillies so far out of 41. Nice to get one with at least a D or an S. Phillies rolling the day. I would say with a lot of this. I mean, we've had some S's in there too. The usual D's, but Philly is definitely on board today. Still have a little bit. To roll 29 of this box hunt. And I would say about midway in, we did actually come up with 1942. Now, I've been looking at this for a little bit here. I don't think that's going to be a Silver War nickel. I think it's going to be a Type 1. But you never know. I mean, it's kind of got a... I don't know. I think it's going to be a Type 1. And we'll be able to tell right off the bat. Yeah, there's no mint mark up on top. Fact is, there's no mint mark on the right either. That'll be a Type 1 1942. Just regular old nickel. So that was made in early 42. Before they decided to go to silver. They may have already actually made that decision. That part I don't know about the history of it. But anyway, I always like finding 42s. Even though there were a lot made, you don't seem to find a ton of them. So it's cool that they decided to come out and play. Still have a little bit left to look at. Yeah, on to roll 32 of this box hunt. We do have a kind of search through the roll. Do have a late find here, 1946. I believe this is 18, by the way. So we've actually already eclipsed the last box by 2. It'd still be nice to get a quality find in these last 18 rolls. But I cannot whine and cry about not getting in a lot, with the average here this time around. It looks like we're going to hit it. Yep, 46. We had I believe, a Philadelphia before this too. We're on to roll 44 of this box hunt. We've got 6 rolls left, as you can see. So far, this second box has been really nice with the quantity. We are at 21 finds from 59 and older, but no quality finds until now. I kind of fumbled this roll early on and kind of went all over the place, so I wasn't able to check rims, but something tells me that rim on that one would poke out. Check it out, ladies and gents. It is a 1944, which means it is a Silver War nickel. Very, very cool. Pull that one out. Lots of very cool toning, lots of wear on it. Most Civil War nickels do have a lot of wear on them, that's for sure. Now, if you've been paying attention to my videos, you should know that a 1944 out of San Francisco is the one I need to fill the hole, or a hole, that actually would finish off all the Civil War nickels. This is the only one I have not gotten so far. So the question is, will it be a big S there? Oh, it is not. That's too bad. But still, Civil War nickel. Finally got a quality coin out of this box. I'm very, very stoked about that. Philadelphia, 1944. Onward we go. Still have other coins to look at. To roll 48. See, we got 2 rolls left. I have at least one find, and I'm only going to go over this because I think there's something else down the line there. 1957. We got plenty of those already. That is a Denver. As you can see, we got plenty of 59, 57s, 59, 58, 57s. You got this one down here, and this just has the look. So I thought we'd do success, fail on this one. It would be Philadelphia if it's old, by the way. As you can see, it's got lots of detail on the back. It'll be very interesting. It's got wear on it. It looks old. 1940s. 47, Philadelphia. We actually already have one that's Philadelphia as well, but very, very cool. That is now 24 finds in this box, and I believe 40 altogether. And I still have a little bit to look at. Yeah, Batman has pooped. I think we're at the end of the nickel box hunt. This one turned out pretty decently. Had 16 finds in the first box and 24 in the second. And we had some, not just quantity, but we had quality finds in here. We'll take a look at that here. Let's go ahead and summarize. Got a couple of 1940s out of Philly. You can see the 3 41s out of Philly and a 42. I always like finding those for some reason, the type 1s, the ones that aren't silver. 1946, a couple Phillies there. 47 Philly and a 47 Denver. 48 Philly, 48 Denver. We had a 51 Philly. And a 52 Denver. A little bit hard to see there. And there you go. 53 Denver, 54, a couple of Denvers there. Don't find a lot of Phillies, at least in this area, when it comes to 56 on. But we did find one right there. There's a Philly there and a couple of Denvers. Bunch of 57s. I thought we had found a Philly for 57 too, but not on the count there. 58 Philly, one of those, and about 4 of the Denvers, and then a bunch of 59s, 1 Philly out of that, and then the rest are 59s. To some of the more quality hits. Yes, 1939 Phillies are common, very common, but I do like finding them. I don't think I'd found one in the last couple of box hunts, so very cool. Still did not get a mint mark one. We have 2 Civil War nickel finds, 1 for each box, so that's now, 6 total in the last 2 hunts. Very cool. 43D, which, other than that rim ding there, I think that's an actual pretty good condition. It's just got some wild toning going on here. I don't even know what's going on with the green over here, but just look at all the toning. 144 Philadelphia. Was hoping that was going to be a San Francisco. That would have been a hole filler. We did find a semi-key date 51S. Very cool. There it is. Found a commemorative Canadian nickel from 1992. And I believe there were some shinies up here that I've got that I'm going to check. to see if it updates things, but those are the finds. I will check for varieties, and then we'll go to the collection books. And I definitely am not going to have much going on with the collection books, but you never know. I'll get back to you when I'm done looking through these nickels. Okay, so I did go through all the finds and varieties and errors to speak of. So let's get right to the collection books. I am actually showing the primary, and the only reason I am actually doing that is we're updating the 43 Philly. This one has a lot of good detail underneath all that toning, especially on the reverse. The Monticello had a lot of great detail to it, so decided that needed to go in there. And there it is. So we're still left with 6 holes to fill out here. Hopefully we'll get a filler the next time out. The secondary did not have anything to fill, so it's still 1 nickel behind the 38 Denver from the primary. And this is the tertiary, the 3rd nickel collection. And of course, these are going from, 38 to 61. We did have a filler, and there it is, the 44 Philly. Silver war nickel. Still have quite a few that we can find for this one. Hopefully we will. But that is it. Number-wise and quality-wise, got a lot of good finds during this nickel hunt. Kind of falling behind on the Buffalo nickels again. Had those 2 great hunts and before this, and now, well, seems like it's a Civil War nickel time for this, because we've had 6 of those in the last 2 hunts. So that's pretty cool. We did have the semi-key 51S. The 51S I have, that's just an extra, because all 3 of the collection books have them. Anyway, I appreciate anybody who is going to watch this, or will, or has watched this. Even part of it, little bits of it. I know these can get long. I'm pretty sure this one will be in the 40-minute range. They usually are when they get 40 nickels. Well, I think we'll go on to the next item. Probably be pennies, and take a look at that again. That'll be number 10. This is, I can't remember if this is number 10 or number 11, but we're up a little bit here on the Jefferson nickels. But we'll get into looking at some pennies. We might actually bring in something else to talk about. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you have a great weekend, no matter when you are viewing this. Cheers to you all. Be safe out there, folks. See you later.